So now
you know why the wine tastes so good.
You know what? Clay Fritz has not changed much at all. He's still chasing lizards around the ground. He's still talking crap to Milton. I love it, dude. When did Jenner Winery start? And I mean, you know, we'll fill in the high school and college years later, but when did Jenner Winery start? Was that your dad's baby? And
yeah, well, Jenner Vineyards was something he had started as a way to show off a different style of winemaking than what Fritz was doing. And I kind of adapted and co-opted it to give it a Sonoma coast flair. So we brought Jenner in, we were doing Jenner Chardonnay and Jenner Pinot Noir as opposed to our traditional Russian River varietals, which were darker and richer and had a little more stylish.
That coastal climate.
A little cooler, gives the acidic background on it, but it was also a fun way to show off what Fritz Winery could do, because with the Underground Winery, we really can't show off what the wine or the grapes are capable of, because we make all the wines similar. We always use gravity and the like. But
are you talking about terroir? Yeah, it's my old buddy from kindergarten, 5th grade. We're gonna go in the back and have some Pinot and toast Dick Reese, but that's a private joke. So what's your total allocation?
Well, we don't talk really in allocation because we have different varietals, different production levels on wine. So overall production is right around 15,000 cases. It's a comfortable level for us at this particular facility. So the facility was designed with that much in mind. And then we break it down based on the particular wines we're making. So Chardonnay can stand being made a little higher quantity. We might make 4,000 cases of Chardonnay spread out over 4 different items. Pinot Noir needs to be made on a much smaller scale because it can't handle the large. So we might start with 2,500 cases of Pinot, but no one varietal is made in, let's say, in excess of 400 cases.
Oh, okay, wow.
And then Zinfandel, being we're Dry Creek Valley, we grow beautiful Zin on this property.
Let me reiterate, folks. We are in Dry Creek Valley. We're up here. We're past Asti. We're even past Dry Creek Road. But yeah, it's you notice that spike in temperature.
Yep.
About 10 degrees when you get to like Trent, you know.
Yeah, and we get that little bit more of a volcanic influence on the soil structure, so that gives us that nice. We get a firmer, rockier soil. It's not as soft as the Russian River Valley where you get that loam.
Sure.
And the Dry Creek or the Zin roots just love digging down. They hit that clay point, and the water is just there to let them kind of go. At our size, you need to have a presence out there, but you're fighting a lot of other countries. To be frank, they love their French wines, their francophiles. The Italians have been there longer than Californians have been bringing in wines, and then you start adding Spain. Go to the southern hemisphere with South Africa, Argentina, Chile, Australia, whatever it may be. Everybody wants to be in New York. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're trying to be on Broadway or making wine. If it happens there, if you make it there, you can do it. I would say I spend more time in the places like Texas and Florida where they love their California wines. They have a bias towards California as opposed to the other. When you're in the Northeast, they have a bias towards the imports, first and foremost. We needed to be in that, I call it the Friday night drinking crowd. We're a once-a-week wine. We're $20 to $30. People are they'll buy it out of the retail shop, they'll take it home, or they'll take it to dinner with them, or they're going to a friend's house. That's the kind of bottle they're going to bring out. They want to show it so that people will open it, taste it, and drink it. And what I liked about that category was when they come to Mark's house for dinner and they bring that bottle and everyone tries and drinks it, he'll remember that for the next time, and then he might see it.
And I think we even said after that, can we still go to Fritz's house for the pasta? We would go to his family's other compound estate, I don't know, in Healdsburg, near Rancho del Obispo, and there were vines up there. And what was your background in wine? With it being around, how did that lead you towards this?
Well, I came back into it. I fell back. I started out.
Everyone quits for a while.
Yeah. It wasn't something that I thought, well, geez, I can't wait to go to Davis and become a winemaker. And I was still a bit of a city boy at heart. I mean, growing up in the marina.
You were 4 doors down from the ocean, dude.
That's right. So I went to college and went out east, and then I just started working. And the times being what they were, it was a great time to be a part of startup companies and technology. So it was an easy gravitation. I had a lot of friends doing it, and so I did that. I embarked. I worked all over the United States.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Holy Cross in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So, hung out there in the Massachusetts area. Went to Michigan after college, and then came back to the Bay Area because of the tech, and then went out to the Far East for a little bit. And I was coming out of a company in 99, 2000, and I sort of looked up one of those days and I said, well, now what am I going to do with myself? And I wasn't sure if I should go back to school or what, and my dad was, very pressing, as fathers are, and they keep an eye on you every once in a while. He said, well, why don't you go work up at the winery, get a little sweat going, you haven't worked with your hands in a long time, and, then come back and figure out what your next steps are. And I got a little bit of the bug and enjoyed it, and
Sure.
There was a complete juxtaposition to tech where I had no idea what I was selling or how it really worked, to you better know what you're selling and how it worked or how you put it together as you can.
Because it's in your fingernails, it's stained into your skin,
and the people who are involved in it love it. They love the story, the passion, and everything else. And so there was an immediate appeal to me on that end. And I spent 2 years making wine here. Learned just enough to know that maybe I was still more of a sales and marketing and accounting guy than a direct winemaker, but really enjoyed making wine, being part of the process. But I tell you, it's like being a chef. You gotta have a little bit of magic to flavor.
So, we as a class at Cathedral, until you left for Stewart Hall, and I think we even together, been a lot better, a lot more consistent, a lot more hot. As we're going into Crush, today is August 16th. How are your grapes doing?
Grapes are doing well. Usually the last couple of years we worry about things like canopy management. How much sun is there too much sun on the grapes? Are we not getting enough photosynthesis? Whatever it may be. This year the crop was a good set. There's been healthy, full bunches
From the start.
From the start. So it's been about managing, how big a crop load, what the balance is on the vines, which again, it just hasn't happened for 3 or 4 years. So as I joke with the growers, we walk through and as wine guys, we're like, well, we want to see you get rid of about 5 or 7% of this crop. And the grower's like, yeah, it's perfectly good, but you're always doing that dance to see what the optimum and what the precise level is. So it's going to be a good year. How great a year it is, you never know until you really start making the wine.
Yeah, we walk outside and it's raining. Hey, Clay.
Yeah.
Great to see you again.
Good to see you.